But this isn't stopping, not anytime soon. And obviously, we all know to stay away from California, Stan, but they're leading the charge here.
This is unbelievable.
California bill will charge parents with child abuse if not trans affirming. This is not passed yet. That doesn't mean that it won't, though. We are talking about California.
This is California, Stan.
Yep. Basically, if you have a 3-year-old who picks up a G.I. Joe instead of a frickin' Barbie doll, well, then you better put them on puberty blockers. And if you don't, and their teacher gets wind of it, guess what? Legalized kidnapping.
Yeah, that's how you wind up with a gunfight in the street.
A little bit.
Because, listen, you're messing with people's kids. I just can't believe that it hasn't happened yet.
It's going to happen if they continue.
This is insane.
The fact that they're trying to classify leave kids alone as an attack on the alphabet community proves that these people are acting out of fear and weakness. And the ones who are feeding them all the money, they're just trying to keep the grift going.
Yeah.
That's why there's nothing meshes. None of these ideas actually go together. It's all just, who can we fuck over today for profit?
But the thing is the pendulum is starting to move in the other direction.
And it's going to swing back hard.
Yeah, and it might go way out of hand.
Yep. And if it does, they will have no one to blame but themselves. California Stand Part 2. This one I can't believe. In addition to essentially trying to erase biological science from the world of men and women by allowing men to compete in women's sports, now you have California basically saying gay men who want children are entitled to the uteruses of women.
Okay, now hang on.
Like, wow, fertility equality.
No, I've read this. Okay. Now listen. If a woman wants to be a surrogate and they pay her, that's one thing.
Yep.
But if you're going to try to force it on people,
you're fucked.
I mean, you're seeing what the left is all about.
Yep. You're going to start to see some of these intersectional feminists go turf over shit like this.
Yeah.
But this bill, SB 729, seeks to redefine infertility to be a status as opposed to a medical condition. What? Changing the definition to a person's inability to reproduce either as an individual or with their partner without medical intervention, which would classify gay men as infertile. It would require insurance companies to cover in vitro fertilization procedures. With the change in definition, this would also include forcing the firms to cover surrogacy for gay males.
Hang on a minute. All right. There's already an assload of insurance companies who are not doing business inside the state of California because they passed a bunch of socialistic communist laws where the insurance companies can't match rates to the risk.
Yep.
All right. What do you think is going to happen when they pass this and every company that's, in the state, medical insurance, you got to cover this. They're going to be like, no.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, you can keep your doctor.
Yeah.
Your premiums totally won't go up. I'm sure Newsom is going to spin the same shit Obama did. And we all saw how well that worked out.
Listen, if the counties in California need to secede from the state or form their own and just leave these blue cities to wither and die.
Yep. Greg Birch, director of the California Family Council, really nailed it. He said, this bill seeks to erode the father, mother, and child nuclear family and make everyone in society pay for it to further a make-believe cause named fertility equality. The reason healthy singles and same-sex couples can't reproduce has nothing to do with infertility. It's biology.
Correct. And listen, homosexuality, in my opinion, because the Mouse Utopia study, it's literally Mother Nature's, defense against overpopulation.
Yep.
Like Mother Nature's like, there's too many people. This is going to get out of hand. All right, you, your Peter Puffers, you lick box. Okay, let's see what happens. I mean, that's in my opinion. I think that's what's going on.
Opinion, but this is artificially inflated because of Marxist indoctrination. Not to mention the dissolution of the nuclear family, basically forcing people, just really, really encouraging society in a direction that basically results in felons, criminals, drug addicts. I mean, you're talking about felony factories, like you've said a million times. They want this for reasons I don't understand, other than they want more for themselves and less for everybody else. So if the others, like the peons, the useless eaters, can't reproduce, then they get more of their shit.
Well, the answer was on the Georgia Guidestones. They want to bring the population of this planet down to 500 million. We have 7.5 billion people on the planet. They have to put something in place to whittle those numbers down.
But it's not going to happen because these people, just like the women who love to divorce men and then rape them for half their cash, have become accustomed to a particular lifestyle that requires an inordinately huge workforce.
Correct.
And you cannot maintain these lifestyles if you gut the population of this planet by 80%.
It's going to be interesting times when that starts happening all over the world.
These people are so far up their own ass, their own solipsism, their own needs, which they confuse with wants all the time.
That's right.
That they don't see that this is not going to end well for them. Because sooner or later, what's going to happen after enough people die, there's going to be some people who feel like they have nothing left to lose. Once you've got a silent majority that feels like they have nothing left to lose, they're extraordinarily dangerous, and guess who they're going to come for?
Yeah, remember the French Revolution?
Yeah.
That's what happened. You starve enough of your population to the point where, getting hung sounds like a good idea.
First time.
Wow!
Just like that meme where James Franco with a noose around his neck. First time. Yeah. And now Maryland is throwing its hat into the idiot ring, too, wants to become a safe haven state for people, including children seeking irreversible transgender surgeries. But don't tell the children that. The doctors deliberately do not tell their patients that these surgeries are irreversible. They lie to them all the time. Oh, we could totally fix it if you don't,
Okay. If you get the zipper tit treatment.
Zipper tits, yeah.
Listen, there are ways you can do, you can fix that.
Get fake tits back again if you want. Yeah.
But you go to, south of the equator and you start changing geography down there, that's it.
That's it.
There ain't no coming back from that.
And there's no coming back from the amount of damage done by the hormones that you have forced into your system that your body does not naturally produce.
Yeah. I mean, do you have any idea what happens to a man's body when you hawk up the estrogen?
Yeah.
It's so detrimental to their health. It's unbelievable.
The suicide rates, cancer, all of it goes through.
Your arteries clog. It screws with your calcium deposits in your bones. You might get those calcium deposits in your arteries.
Yeah, because women are more susceptible to osteoporosis, and so you inject yourself full of a hormone that makes them more susceptible. Guess what it does to you?
Boom.
Dumbass. I was talking about this guy. Governor Wes Moore signed an executive order to help protect gender-affirming health care in Maryland during an Alphabet Mafia reception Monday evening. Look at all these fucking idiots surrounding them. The only one in the room who looks like he's embarrassed to be there is the white guy.
Yeah, listen, well, obviously, Maryland has fallen to the forces of evil.
Yep.
So what are you going to do?
It's another state to abandon. Get out of California, get out of Maryland, and if Whitmer has her way, we're going to have to get the fuck out of Michigan.
Yep.
But it's not all bad news. Turns out if you fuck around with the Almighty, you might find out.
Yeah, same thing happened to the George Floyd mural.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pro-Alphabet Mafia church destroyed after act of God, and not even fact-checkers can deny this one. Lightning struck the First Congressional United Church in Spencer, Massachusetts, sparking a fire that destroyed the church. And yes, it is a very, very woke church. Oh, look at it go.
There we go.
Let's see. Let's watch it burn.
Oh, there we go. What a shame.
Well, this is what life looks like in Sodom and Gomorrah.
Now, listen, I'm going to be honest. I am royally aggravated with the Catholic Church because of the cover-up for all of the pedophilia.
I think we can all agree with that.
And, some of those Catholic churches, if that were to happen, I'd have no sympathy as well.
Yep.
So I'm not like saying, oh, good, they've had that. I'm just saying, if you have a church and inside the church, evil shit's going on, maybe the dude upstairs is going to go, I'm going to wipe you off the face of the planet. There you go.
Even Snopes, which, by the way, Snopes was called a pants-on-fire partisan. I mean, anybody who's seen Snopes covering for Hillary can agree with that. That the church did post positive Pride Month messages in recent years, and then they conceded that a lightning strike had indeed caused the fire that destroyed the church. They declared, however, that it's a subjective, evidence-free conclusion to assert that the two things are linked and that a higher power chose to burn down the church.
Well, I mean, you can't really prove anything metaphysical for the most part,
but it's still hilarious.
It's quite odd.
Yeah, as long as no one got hurt.
Nope,
no one got killed. We're not advocating for that at all.
No.
Are we preparing for that to start happening down the pipe if they keep going after kids? You bet your ass.
Well, I mean, that will happen.
Yep.
I mean, at some point, there's going to be so many people who are so pissed off, especially when it's forced on them, they're going to be like, nope.
All done here.
We're done here. And then you're going to find out what happens when you screw with people who want to be left alone.
It never goes well for anybody.
No.
So, my pronouns are fuck around, find out. Let's just go with that.
All right.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.